Hi, Soul Family. This is Kathy, and I'm doing a reading for the Ascended Astrology channel. And I'm going to be very clear today because we're going to see all of these cards in the matrix, and then we're going to see them where they're raised in frequency. And so let's do the reading. Before we use the loose ska on the 33, this evolution symbol, to move things up in frequency. So let's just read the cards as they are. That 8 is meaning that you right now are in a flow state. You're looking at possibilities of bringing in abundance. And so that 8 is like you are creating the line in the sand in order to move from programming to frequency. That's what's showing right now. And then we're going to go to the second code, which is that is the reflection of where you're at right now. And so one of the things you know about the cards that I'm going to tell you right now is all of these cards reduce down. The code reduces down. That 19 would be a 10, and it would break down to a 1. And so this is a very nice bridge card because I'll go into a little bit of what these cards mean. Then we got, what does the divine want you to see? And in what you want to see is that 11. And that 11 is a master number. It stands on its own. And the divine, the source intelligence, is telling you this is hidden. See that you are getting ready to move out of the matrix and programming, and you're seeing that place of mastery where you're moving in to no space, no time, no timelines. And then we move over to we're moving all the way to the left, and we're moving into that 18, which is a 9. And that 9 is moving into, that's the co-creation with the divine. That 9 is that Christ consciousness that you're holding, where it's like what I'm seeing is a flip-flop. As you can see with this card, you got the big vase and the blue frost taking up most of the card. And then down right there next to the vase, you see that little vase. And then it's like they're duplicate, but what they are is that 9 is getting ready to flip-flop and move you to the inside out. And then we move to particles of possibility. And that 6 is all about soul family. And it's moving where you're moving out of the frequency of the ascended DNA, and it's just going in and clearing out anything that's holding you back, and it's connecting to soul family to support you. And we're all supporting each other. And then the 2 cards at the top, you have got a 20. And what happens with a 20, a 10, and a 30? Those, the 10, 20, and 30 with the 0, which is a placeholder. And that is telling us in particles of probability that it needed another card to clear. And so you've got the 20, and then the information that you need to get clear on the card is the 5. So basically you've got the 2 and the 5, because the cards, there are 3 levels of the card. The 1 through 9 is are the awakening cards. And then you move into 10 through 20, and those are embodiment cards. And then the master cards means that you're very close to moving into your mastery and understanding. And that is the codes 21 through 32. And the 3 master cards are the 11, the 22, and the 33, which is total expression. So what I want to do is now we're going to look at the cards, and we're going to bring in the mastery. And your first card, which is right there at the top, is the place on the evolution symbol that brings in the lu, which is the luminous, and it brings in clarity. It brings it into such clarity that it totally goes into neutrality, because it's no longer pulling from the matrix. And so the next one with this divine technology, because the symbol holds the divine technology. And here is the symbol without any cards on it, because you see this is the divine technology that runs everything. And so the next code we're going to turn on is the scalar. And a scalar wave never ends. And so the scalar brings in what this symbol represents. It brings in 5 levels of consciousness. It brings in the rainbow rays. It brings in the hold on a second, please. It brings in to turn on into expression this scalar energy. It just supports you in moving turning the technology on. And then this card, this card is the 33, and this card just turns on all of the mechanism and totally brings you into expression, moving out of the matrix. And so let's do a little bit with each code. We're gonna go in, now that we've cleared the basic reading, we're gonna go and read this. We've read it in the astrology and what the astrology means. Now we're gonna move it up into the ascended astrology. So this reading, it starts out with an 8. That is the Scorpio, and it's the magician. And what this code is saying is turn on magic, open yourself up to miracles. That is that first code, the 8. And then the second position is the awareness. It is Aries, and it's inviting you into the frequency of awakening to new ideas. And this is that 1. And then the bottom code is the 11. This is the mastermind. Explore intention, what wants to come in. It's allowing that to open up and allowing, now that you've cleared and brought everything to 0 point, that 11 is bringing you into, it's a master number. And so the divine is inviting you into the mastery of the 11. Like I said, that 11 does not reduce. It's a master card. And so it's whatever you want this general reading to be. It's like explore your intention, what wants to come in. It's just allowing everything to just release, and you're bringing that in. And then we move over to the 9, which is connected to Capricorn. See what needs to change and move out of survival mode. That 19 is co-creation with the divine. And it comes down to that place where you're getting really clear on what you need to see. And then we move to the 6, that code in the particles of possibility. That code is the reprogrammer. Be clear with communication and clear the density. That's what you're being invited to do. And one of the things we will do at the end of this reading is just to code you, because the frequency that we're bringing in is creating a pattern to code you, to be able to let some of these dense programs to clear. And then we come into that that code up there, which breaks down to a 2, that is probability coming in, and that's a 20. So with that card, the 20, it needs the 5 for more information. So clear your communication, moving from overstimulation and survival patterns to becoming crystal clear. And then what's supporting that is the 5. That's Libra. Use all codes to tune to 963. What shapeshifter in the ascended DNA wants to turn on for you? And it's like, what will you take action from as you're clearing and canceling these codes? And then the last card that we're going to choose is we're going to choose an I am card. And this is from an I am deck that Jules created. And this will bridge you into that new frequency. Here's the card. I am natural. This means you're bringing in your organic frequency. It's a number 8. And give yourself the gift of your own presence, because this is turning on the inside out. You cease to look outside of yourself for answers, and you stay inside and code from there. So let's bring in the code. The code is let's just set with a minute and totally put your hands on your heart, and we're going to attune to this new frequency. We're going to actually see that white blue light in the center of your head, in that pineal gland, and we're going to see it just start to turn on. And so we're going to trace over the brain, and you're going to move it down the spinal. And we're going to, as we get to the bottom of the spine, we're going to see, as it's moving up the spine, we're going to see the frequency just turn on and really drop into that heart space from neutrality, from the divine technology with the evolution symbol, and the 33, which brings it into total expression. And so let's totally stay in that heart space. We're going to move up into that pineal, where we're going to move from the heart up into the pineal, and we're going to see that ascended DNA and that code. We're going to bring in a code that's going to actually code you with these 7 cards. We're going to see the random code, which is going to be, I'm going to tune in and see what that random code is. Hold on a second. And so the random code is, this is what -7, -8, -5, -2, -1. And the last code is going to be what am I feeling here? It's going to end with a -9. So we're going to see that move up into the ascended DNA. And now we're going to see what's happening. It's tracing along the ascended DNA. And we're going to go in and we're going to bring in this negative code. 7, 8, -5, -2, -1, and -9. Now we're seeing that we're pulling it from the back, and we're going to see this code, this negative code where all your looping cycle is. We're going to see it move into random and totally create that neutral space. So we're going to bring in the positive code. And so the positive code is going to be an 8, a 1, an 11, a 9, 6, 2, and the last code is 5. we're going to watch that sequence and download into your ascended DNA. And it's actually going to go in and totally code with this positive code to where you're just bringing it into neutrality. Everything in that negative code is just canceling, clearing, and deleting. And this new code is coming in to support you. And so let's read the code and connect it in a pattern. So you start with the 8, and that's I'm just bringing in really the frequency of flow. And then the 1 is bringing you into a new pattern as a way show. That 11 is key because that 11 is moving you into the mastery of being clearing timelines, clearing all time and all space. And then right next to it, this is really interesting because that 9 is coming in. And that is the place where that Christ consciousness is turned on. Right before you're ready to go into frequency, it's turning on and it's coding you. And then we move to the 6, which is soul family. It is actually turning on that DNA. Then we move to the 2, which is clarity with communication. And then the last code is 5. And it's really cool that you have a 5 in the last code because it's turning on. It's bringing in change. It's bringing in sovereignty. It's bringing in a place of where you can move into this space where you're not hitting that friction, and you're being able to hold this. So clarity comes in and really brings this to a place of just fine. It's change. It's just you're being able to see it in frequency. That's the last code, and it just really is like a flower opening up. You have in this reading, we have some really powerful cards. We've got the 11 right almost in the middle. You've got the 9, which is co-creating with the divine. The 11 is actually bringing in higher frequencies for you because it's a master number. Then that 23 up there, that last 5, it's breaking you through the glass ceiling and bringing you into that. It's where everything's just changing. You're starting to connect to change. And then that 1, this 1 right here with a 1-9 is that place that just it's a bridge. It's bridging into the master numbers. So you've got embodiment numbers, you've got the 2, 5, you've got the 1, you've got the 9, and then these other cards are supporting because it's waking you up. That 6 and the 2 is really waking you up, really allowing you to see clearly. And so what we are going to do now is what we're going to do now is just see and feel whatever you're seeing with this. You're going to see it turn on. And it's all of the cells, the trillions of cells in your body there's little antennas on each of the each of the cells in the body. And this coding is going to be from the inside out, and it's just connecting to that higher level. And so this is your reading for June 3rd through June 9th. This is your first ascended all signs reading for the month. I will be doing 3 more, and each week we will see the frequency turn on. And so thank you. I love you. It is done. Have a great week.